whatever action I act, any kind of action, taking a shower, going into for toilet, eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, looking around, breathe in and out, any kinds of action wish to cause to achieve Buddhahood. Therefore, all our action we can transform, we can change into cause to achieve Buddhahood. Right? In a way, very simple. So generated, we have generated bodhicitta. So for the today and next one more class is a continue class of the Pardo. Pardo means in between this and next life, between. Whether you are, we are Buddhist or non-Buddhist, or human being or other kind of creatures, everybody go through the death, then intermediate state, and take another rebirth. So going through the birth, then death, intermediate state, taking another rebirth, we no need particular practice. It's kind of natural process. Therefore, we name samsara. Sanskrit say sansara, means cyclic, cycle, or cyclic existence. It's just going around, just going around. So we've been through this cycle for millions of years. Now, as a human being, have a kind of wisdom to realize emptiness. Have a very good opportunity to practice bodhicitta. You always feel, so I am very fortunate. So this lifetime, so I always say, most of us, over 50, around 60, for the next 20 to 30 years, for the next 30 years, we have only for another 20 to 30 years to cut the cycle. We have only short time, right? So if we don't try to cut the cycle, then it's go through again. If we miss this opportunity, cutting the cycle, then we never be free from the samsara. So in the Pardo, I said, taking rebirth, going through Pardo or death, we no need in a particular practice. But what are we going to learn? Where are we going to learn? What are we going to study? So first step, we're going to study, we did study in the past, how every day we can practice the Dharma. Clear? How to practice the Dharma. So when we think about, if somebody asks you to practice Dharma, suddenly you thought, oh, I need to buy mala. Oh, I need to buy the bell and vajra. Maybe I need to buy the meditation question. Or maybe I need to buy a lot of statue and tanka. No, I'm not saying you need to this thing. When Buddha said practice Dharma, all the masters who they said, teach us practice Dharma mean control your negative thoughts, gradually, slowly decrease the negative thoughts, gradually, slowly increase of the positive thoughts. When you decrease or reduce controlling negative thoughts, you don't need separate practice, like control or reducing your negative actions. The negative action automatically going to reduce. When you try to increase your positive thoughts, increase or generate the positive thought, you don't need separate practice for, accumulating merit. The positive thought increase means you are accumulating merits. Without controlling negative thoughts, without increasing or generating positive thoughts, all the merits, all the positive actions can produce the short-term happiness, very short-term happiness. One time, positive result, then finish. So, already learned, have been studying, or you study how to practice Dharma. So, in order to go through, Pardo kind of smoothly, happily, peacefully, the first step in our daily life, we need to control our negative thoughts. Correct? Without controlling your negative thoughts, no matter how many times we recite, like a mantras, millions of times we recite the mantra, yes, we can accumulate a lot of merits, but it doesn't really change, the difficulty journey when we go through the Pardo. Therefore, first step in our daily life, we need to practice Dharma. I always say pure Dharma. In our daily life, we practice Dharma. Then, when we are close to the death, we are already on the process of death. Then we can have the kind of effectiveness of our daily Dharma practice. Very easy to have Dharma practice when we go through the procedure, the step of the death. So when we are able to go through, the procedure of the death with the Dharma practice, then yes, when we are in the intermediate state, also we can be able to apply the Dharma. When we are able to apply the Dharma during the intermediate state, during the Pardo, then so 100% we can take good rebirth. Now you can see, kind of the step. In our daily life, every day we don't practice Dharma, we don't try to control our negative thoughts. Then when we are already on the process of death, it looks like it is impossible to able to apply the Dharma. It looks like impossible. If we're not able to practice the Dharma during the procedure of the death. So let's say we are dying, so we are on the bed. If we are very lucky, we are going to die on the bed with a pillow, with a blanket, with the water. So we never know where we are going to die. On the roadside, maybe anywhere, we really don't know, right? So surely not easy to remember the Dharma during the process of the death, particularly when we have all kinds of appearances. So we totally confused. Okay, therefore first we chant. Does everybody has the copy? Does everybody have a soft copy? No, right? Okay. Then why not we just go directly to the last class where we stop. Okay, as a kind of remember you. Okay, now everybody just imagine, so you are on the bed in a hospital or house, home, somewhere, you are on the bed. So we ourselves, or you yourself, almost 100% going to know, I don't think I can survive anymore. I'm going to die within, let's say, few days or few hours. Right? Just imagine. Then, so normally we have seen, right? We have seen when the people dying on the bed or in the hospital, slowly the body become very dry. And slowly the mouth, the lip, the teeth become so dry. There's been the water elements start to degenerate. I think we need to change the battery because the battery also dying. Yeah. It's okay, Perry, so they can just share the QR code. Okay, so now you just be quiet. You yourself, imagine you're on the bed, your body is you feel so dry, the mouth, the nostril is so dry. That means the water elements in your body, degenerating. That means the water of your element in your body doesn't have a kind of energy to keep your body as a fresh. Then slowly, not only just you feel your nose and mouth and throat is very dry, you can feel your body is, getting, like a cold. When you touch your head, maybe still you can feel some kind of warmness. When you touch your leg and, leg or lower parts of body, you can feel it's getting cold. Means the water elements in our body is, degenerating. That means water is slowly going to dissolve. Water dissolving, then the fire dissolving. So when your body becomes very weak, the earth also, earth elements start to dissolving. So finally, if you touch, your body, look like you cannot feel any kinds of warmness or heatness, any parts of your body, means the fire elements, the fire in your body, the fire elements is almost, close to dissolve. And that time first you think, yes, I will recognize the four element visualizations. Right? But it is not going to be very easy. In one way, so we are dying. On the other hand, our friends and families are around us. They are looking at you. Also, you are looking at them. Then the attachment is so strong between, we and them. They attach to you. You also attach to them. Then the attachment is so strong. Then you feel kind of upset. Right? You feel so upset. You don't want to live. You don't want to go. Also, the relatives, particularly some of your closer, one of the closer, friends or relatives, also don't let you go. Then there's a lot of kind of confusions. Therefore, in our daily life, we need to learn, non-attachment. Clear non-attachment. Non-attachment doesn't mean you don't like anything. No. We must like food and drink, house, environment, people, and we must have a sense of like, sense of caring, but should not attach. Once you have, you just enjoy whatever you have. You should not just, clinging on it. Right? So there was important one in our daily life. We need to control our attachment. Then, so when the four visualizations, right, comes is step by step, is come naturally. You don't need any practices. You don't need any practice. The next four visualizations come naturally. So suddenly, for you have a very white appearances. Everything around you is very kind of milky color. Right? Then slowly the appearance can be changed as a kind of red appearance. Then kind of the red appearance going to disappear. You can have a kind of blackness appearance. If you don't know, the procedure of the next four appearances, then you also confuse. What is this? Everything's so, white. Everything's kind of moonlight. Everywhere whiteness. Then suddenly it have changed. Suddenly everything become kind of red appearance. Then the red appearance, over, then you suddenly become, you can see everything's kind of darkness. Then also you have a confusion, you have a sense of scare. Not only the, scary by the four appearance. If you have lots of, of course, everybody we have a lot of negative karma. Sometimes somebody be kind of butcher. Sometimes you can see, so these days a very kind of, when you think about the fish farm, chicken farm, like pig farms, wow. How many chicken and fish and pig, we kill every day. But the owner of the fish farm is not directly involved, killing, the chicken and fish every day, but indirectly, the owner is the man kind of person who really killing millions of chicken and fish. Right? Then these kind of people, when they go through going through the death, procedure of death, then the negative karmas appear as a very scary kind of image. For example, our neighbors in Sanskar, where I was born, the father of the neighbor, usually he does hunting, the wild animal, hunting the mountain goats. You can say, like a mountain sheep and goats. I think he killed many of them. Then, while he was seriously ill he was just sleep in the bed. When the wife and children give him like a food, like a noodle with the soup. What do you call in Chinese noodle with the soup? Tenduk, like a, huh? No pieman. It's kind of, you cut the noodle, right? Okay, let's say pieman, yeah, no, pieman or laksa. Yeah, they really cook very nice food. The father said, please remove all the hair, right, from the food. For him, he cannot see the actual parmen, actual the noodle. He can see only, full cup of hair. Not only that, so before, then suddenly he said, oh, I'm so scared. All the, the mountain goats and sheep is, really they coming and harming me. Then, do you think that moment you can remember the Dharma? No. So, then let's say, last, the wind, I think, battery also dying. Hello? Is walk? Yeah. We can put this way. I can hold this. Yeah, I think better to hold. Hello. Then the last visualization, we say that the wind, okay. Wind can be two types of wind energy. One is very gross, one is very subtle. As gross and subtle. When the subtlest energy dissolve into clear light mind. Clear light mind means that moment when the subtlest wind or energy dissolve into a clear light mind, that moment we totally disconnect with our gross body. So any part of our gross body has no more function. That time if somebody cut your hands and legs, you're not going to feel any kind of pain or pleasure. That time you are totally depends on the subtlest wind and subtlest energy. So that time the subtlest wind is your body. That time the subtlest mind, which is the clear light mind, is your mind. Right? That time you have very subtle body and subtle mind. At that moment, you don't have a kind of ignorance or attachment, anger. Everything is totally dissolved into the subtlest mind, namely what? Clear light mind. Clear light mind. The clear light mind, the subtlest mind, is the basis or foundation for us to remain in samsara. Not only that, the subtlest mind, the subtlest energy is the foundation us to achieve Buddhahood. Therefore, why we are in samsara for so many years? Why? Because we're not able to change the subtlest energy and mind into path, right? So therefore we've been in samsara for so many eons and eons. Due to applying the dharma, particularly applying the higher tantrayana path can be changed, can be transformed the subtlest energy and mind into the Buddha's body and mind. Not having the proper practice, then the subtlest energy and subtlest mind always transform into the samsaric body and mind. That's clear. So that clear mind also, in order to arise, in order to have the clear mind, we don't need any particular practice. Come naturally come. No need any practice. We need very important practice, transforming the clear mind into path. Right? So in our lifetime, many of us, we receive higher Tantrayana teaching, like Yamentaka, Guha Samaja, Chakra Samaja, Vajra Yogini, right? For us, not having the proper, Tantrayana understanding, for us, what does mean higher Tantrayana? Means, it's a very profound, very secret, I need to do my sadhana in daily life. I need to recite this mantra and this and that mantra, right? It's not the kind of higher Tantrayana practice. Means when you hear higher Tantrayana practice, mean the path, the practice can be transformed, can be applied, transforming the subtlest energy, or sometimes they use subtlest wind as a Buddha's body, the subtlest mind, higher Tantrayana teaching we apply to transform the subtlest mind as a Buddha's mind. Therefore, higher Tantrayana practice is very, very important. It's very kind of necessary for us. Therefore, now you can understand, according to Tibetan Buddhism, or particularly the higher Tantrayana, based on the higher Tantrayana teaching, you can hear for many times, someone become Buddha, someone become fully enlightened being within one lifetime, because they practice the higher Tantrayana path to transform the subtlest energy or wind as a Buddha's body, the subtlest mind as a Buddha's mind. Now you can see, if we follow perfectly the higher Tantrayana teaching, yes, we can understand I can be Buddha within one lifetime, maybe within, 3 to 4 5 years. Now you can see the point, the most important point, right? So when we go through the procedure of death, the clear mind arises. We reach to the stage where the clear light is there, but we haven't died yet. We are still, alive, but we don't have the gross mind. That time we have only one mind, which is clear mind. The clear mind we have to transform as a wisdom to realize emptiness. Right? Realize emptiness. realizing emptiness by the gross mind, realizing emptiness by the subtle mind, the power is very big different. For example, this day many of you have I think, knowledge about the nuclear weapon, atom bomb, which is more powerful, the grenade and the uh, atom bomb, which is more powerful, atom bomb. When you really look at the atom in the in the container, let's say when you really open it, you can see the atom is so small, right? Electron, proton, the neutron is so small, but it has a tremendous energy to destroy, everything. The grenade has the energy kind of power to destroy, but it doesn't have a lot of kind of power to destroy so many things. Therefore, the mind become more subtle. The mind has a more power. So through realizing emptiness by gross mind, realizing emptiness by subtle mind, the power is big different, right? So when we able to realize emptiness by subtlest mind, then the mind has the power, destroy ignorance, the three poison mind. Therefore, according to like a Buddhist tradition, we say the Sutrayana path is a gradual or slow path to achieve Buddhahood. Am I right? Then the Tantrayana, particular higher Tantrayana path is the path which is swift and very quick path to achieve Buddhahood. Now you can see why it's a very so much faster than the Sutrayana path. So you can see here, stanza number 14. The 13 is, I read, also you can see, may we be sit in one pointed, perform meditation in the exalted wisdom of join, innate bliss and emptiness, right? May we be set and one-pointed perform meditation in the exalted wisdom of join what? Innate bliss and emptiness. Inner bliss and emptiness. So what does mean innate bliss? Then emptiness. Now, so here I will explain very briefly about the the innate bliss. So when we go through the visualizations, when we reach to the clear-eyed mind, when the clear-eyed mind establish or arise in the center of our channel, that time we don't have a kind of blissness. No, it's kind of is a neutral, nor positive, nor negative as ordinary beings. Clear? There's no such as blissness. So when we go through the practice, now here you need to learn little bit about chakras and channel. Chakras and channel, head chakra, then throat chakra, heart chakra, then navel chakra, and secret chakra. Right? 5 chakras. Then everybody has, all sentient being has a 3 channel. a central channel, then left and right channel. There's 3 channels. So when we going through the visualization naturally, slowly all the energy, the wind or energy first dissolve into the 2 channel. Then slowly all the energy enter into the center channel. It naturally is, go through naturally. But it's just neutral, neither positive nor negative, no blissness. Clear? Next, here mentioned the short. Sentence number 13, the last 2 sentences, right? During the 4 emptiness upon the melting of the moon like white constituent by the fire of the lighting like a powerful female. Female is not referred to the male and female, but Tibetan we say to mo. There's a word mo, therefore it's female, to mo. That is not referring to the actual male and female. So during the 4 emptiness, upon the melting of the moon like white constituents, by the fire of lighting like a powerful female or powerful kind of flame. Okay, because none of you are my kind of disciple, I'm not your guru, but I cannot explain things very precise. Therefore, last time I stopped here, right? So, but somehow all of you receive the higher Tantrayana teachings. Some of you not, right? But still you're okay, you're exception. Being a TBC student. So the chakra and channel is very important. Dissolving the energy can be come through naturally, come through the practice, right? So therefore, many of the practitioners who do the daily sadhana, or Vajra Yogini, or Yama, whatever, the higher Tantrayana deity sadhana, there's 2 practice, remember? 2 stages, what are they? Completion and generation. Completion and generation. So we have a so misunderstanding. We thought, doing daily sadhana, I mean just you read the sadhana, recite the mantra. It's a big, misunderstanding. Also, in a way, it's kind of very unfortunate. You receive the higher Tantrayana teachings. We receive, highest Tantrayana teaching, but we use the sadhana as a daily kind of recitation. We read, one time. So we recite the mantra. We feel, I do higher Tantrayana practice. It is not that way. The higher Tantrayana practice very much focus on 2 practices. What are they? Generation and completion. The completion mainly is the 5 stages, 5 paths. Mainly, practicing clear mind, then illusory body. Practice these 2 together. Then, as an ordinary practitioner, as an ordinary person, how I can really practice the illusory body and clear mind? How we can practice? Therefore, you need to learn, the chakra, head chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, navel chakra, secret chakra. There's 5 chakras. The 3 channels. There's so many, branches of the chakra or channel based on the 5, based on the 3 channel. Now he's mentioned that lightning the like powerful flame. Through the uh, visualizations, through the practicing the completion stage, first they generate, powerful kind of hits like a flame in your secret chakra, secret chakra. Then the heatness of the heat energies go slowly going up. It hits up your navel chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra. It particularly hits up your head chakra, the energy in your head chakra. You can call, uh, the drop, or you can call the energy. Hits up your head chakras. Then the energy in your head chakra is melt. Therefore, you say a melting of the moon, like the constituents by the fire of lightning, like powerful female, fireful like a flame, hits up your head chakra. Clear? Then through your practice, you need to remember slowly the energy, right? The energy is dropping, is going, coming down head chakra. You feel more bliss. Reach to the heart chakra, you feel very bliss. Reach to your secret chakra, you feel really kind of, blissfulness. Therefore, bliss. That time, the subtle mind have to transform into blissness. Right? Blissness. Therefore, chakra and chana is mentioned about lightning, like powerful females or flames or females, right? Females. Now you can see very important one. So when you visit, Tibetan temple or Buddhist temple in Tibet or Himalaya, you can see so many kind of deity with a concert. Yamantaka with a concert. Heruka with a concert. It's not talking about the general, kind of male and female. The father is considered as a methods. The concert, the female referred to the blissness. Blissness. Clear? Blissness. Another important, so this day or in the past, you can see, some of Rinpoche or some of, like a Milarepa, sorry, Lama Marpa. He wasn't full ordained person. He just took the layperson vows, have a wife. But Tibetan called Sangyum. For him likewise, other high practitioners, they use the general female as a trigger to generate the hits, melt the energy, goes through all the way to secret chakra, but as a but. You must know, but the white energy cannot, come out. They must stop there. Again, do the reverse. Reverse. Go up and down, generate the blissness, and transform the subtle mind as a bliss mind. But this day, the person who considered as a, very high practitioner having wife, but they have a lot of children. This means they are not kind of person who really practicing the, the completion stage. Right? So this one I just briefly have explained. In the exalted wisdom of join the innate bliss and emptiness. Joining, right? Join innate bliss and emptiness. During the four emptiness upon the melting of moonlight, white constituent by the fire of lightning like powerful females. So for us, surely, maybe some of you, let's say this day there's 100 people who receive higher Tantrayana teaching, who practice the higher Tantrayana path. Among the 100, one or two practitioners able to practice the completion stage. Otherwise, like me, daily I do the sadhana, do the recitation, not much focusing on the completion stage. Clear? Step. So for us now, the next stanza 14 also is related to the completion stage. So we chant together, may we complete in the place of the intermediate state through concentrated meditation of the illusory, so that upon leaving the clear light, whereas in the body of complete enjoyment, blazing with the glory of the Buddha's mark and beauty, arise from the merit, wind and mind of the clear light of the death. Then higher Tantrayana practitioners, so instead of coming the actual death, right, death, they're able to achieve the actual clear light mind. They are not going to take another rebirth. Instead of coming the death, they can achieve one of the kaya, dharmakaya. Then after ordinary person, after we death, next what will come? Come the intermediate state. Right? Intermediate state. So during the intermediate state, let's say the last time before we born as a human, actually we were in the intermediate state. But we cannot remember anything, right? We cannot remember anything. But actually, we went through the intermediate state and take a rebirth. During the intermediate state, the body is very similar to the illusory body. The mind also very similar to the clear light mind, intermediate state. Though so, for the higher practitioner, instead of establishing the intermediate state, they can achieve illusory body. Clear? Illusory body. For ordinary person, after intermediate state, what we do? We will take rebirth. That means we will take another life. For the practitioner who become, Buddha for the one lifetime, instead of taking another rebirth, they will achieve, they become a Buddha. Right? Therefore, instead of, going through the death, they can achieve clear light mind. Instead of, going through the intermediate state, the practitioner can achieve what? Illusory body. Instead of, taking another rebirth, the practitioner can become a Buddha. Right? So this kind of explanation when we receive from His Holiness, he said, so when I reflect, he himself said, when I reflect, the 8 visualizations, the clear light mind, illusory body, then becoming Buddha. He says very much sense for me, what he said. Now you can see why the higher Tantrian teaching is very swift and very quick path to achieve Buddhahood. You can see, applying the higher Tantrian teaching, we are able to apply, we are able to transform the clear mind into the path. We are able to stop intermediate state, achieving illusory body. We are able to stop taking another rebirth, we become a Buddha. Now you can see why higher Tantrayana teaching is, path is very swift and very quick. Right? But these days, many of us, when we hear, the higher Tantrayana teaching is very swift and very quick way to achieve Buddhahood, we become so excited. I want to receive the teaching, right? Because you thought it just is enough to receive teaching, receive initiation. Next time I already be Buddha. It's a very serious misunderstanding. Also, we should not think, please, we should not think, I don't think I can practice the higher Tantrayana path. Can. Instead of going through, the bodhicitta, six perfection, accumulating merit for 3 eons, why not we just focus on, the 2 stages, generation and completion stage, particularly focus on first to learn, to know what does mean clear mind, when it going to arise, how I can transform the clear mind into the path. Once you already really know how you can transform the clear mind into a path, means you are very close to the Buddha. Close to the Buddha. So you should not think, I don't think I can. Since you receive Higher Tantrayana teaching, you and we must think, we must sincerely try. The next one, the Sindana, 14. May we complete the place of the indeterminate state, the concentrated meditation of illusory, so that upon leaving the clear mind, we arise as a body of the complete enjoyment, blazing with the glory of the Buddha's mark and future as beauty. Means, so we can be Buddha within one lifetime, particularly during the intermediate state. So it's still bit slower. Like according to the history of Lama Tsongkhapa, based on his biography, actually he could achieve illusory body, Buddhahood, without going through the intermediate state. Because many of the lamas or high practitioners achieve Buddhahood not going through the intermediate state. Within this lifetime, when they practice the clear mind, achieving illusory body, then they become within one lifetime. But Lama Tsongkhapa, he intentionally, purposely, he wants to achieve Buddhahood during the intermediate state. Do you know why? Because achieving Buddhahood within one lifetime, even though achieving Buddhahood in intermediate state, we talk about the concert. There can be, 3 types of concert. For him, he reincarnated, Manjushri reincarnated in Tibet. First, make sure he want to purify the misunderstanding about the Vinaya practice. So he met one purpose, he reincarnated in Tibet, because that time the Vinaya, the rules are quite, very messy. So he took a reincarnation to make sure, purify all the misunderstanding of Buddha Vinaya. Then he thought it is so important to show, teach my disciple. So you have to be pure, full ordained person. Don't think about relying on the, one of the concert. Therefore, he achieved Buddhahood, intermediate step. Next one, now is for us. We can do this one. Stanza number 15. If, right loud now if due to karma, and please read, an intermediate state is established, may erroneous appearance be purified. Through immediately analyzing realizing the absence of inherent existence, of the suffering of the birth, death, and intermediate state. Next one, may we be born in pure land, through yoga transforming the external, internal, and sacred, when waters sign for sound of the rivers, elements, three faithful appearance, and the uncertainty appears. Now let's say, we cannot achieve Buddhahood, we cannot achieve illusory body during the intermediate step. Now, due to karma, right? Due to karma, an intermediate state established. Many erroneous appearance be purified. Through the immediately analyzing and realizing the absence of inherent existence of the suffering and birth and death and intermediate state. Also, I said, in order to remember the emptiness, inherent existence, this lifetime, also we have to very familiarize with the emptiness. Therefore, I said a few times, sometimes you are alone in your house. You just chant instead of chanting Mani Padme, you just say, everything emptiness, everything is emptiness, everything is emptiness. You just chant. Everything is emptiness. Everything is empty of inherent existence. Everything is empty of inherent existence. It really help you to, understanding of emptiness. For example, suddenly one of the beautiful object appeared to you. When you remember, oh, everything is empty of inherent existence. Mean you cannot see, you cannot see anymore the beautifulness. Sometimes you are alone, you feel, you saw very strange or scary object in front of you, like a big snake come around you. Also you chant, everything is empty of inherent existence. The big snake, you also empty of inherent existence. Then the scariness going to disappear. Then not only chant, then you need to think about what does mean empty of inherent existence. Right? When you stay alone somewhere in the park or near close to the ocean, you stay alone quietly, you just think about how and why everything is empty of inherent existence. The best example, the easiest one example, you can use kind of the movie, watching kind of movie in your laptop, right? Or your mobile phone. When you're watching, you feel happy, you feel upset, you become very excited. Just you look behind your laptop, what you can see? Nothing. You look at from the side, nothing. Then you open the screen, or you can see few wires. Then you watch from in front. Or you can see, wow, so many, beauty things, ugly things. Then you need to think how this thing really, appeal to me, appeal to us, merely depend on many causes and conditions. So many causes and conditions. You have a good, big TV screen, big size of a TV, no electricity, no battery, no use. You have a very expensive phone, no battery, nothing. You have a phone, you have a battery, you have a charger, but you don't have any data, no use. Very simple things. Its function depends on so many causes and conditions. There's no such as one thing we can say, this is the beautiful, this is the ugliness, this is the beautiness. Don't have. Then slowly you're going to understand all phenomena around me is look like illusions. It connect with the so many things. One part missing, the things cannot be there. Right? So normal life, or in our daily life, you always need to reflect or meditate on emptiness. Emptiness. Then during the intermediate state, when we remember our death, when we remember our next life, when we remember, we realize now I am in the intermediate state. Immediately, we need to realize emptiness. Emptiness. Otherwise, even though we are, in the intermediate state, one beautiful object appear. What we do? We generate attachment. Also, the attachment, become trigger us to born into lower realms. One ugly object, ugliness thing appear to us, we generate anger, hatred, dislike. Also, this anger, hatred become trigger us to born into lower realms. In order to stop, stopping, taking a rebirth into lower realms, we must control our three poison mind. In order to control them, we need to reflect, we need to remember the teaching about emptiness. Therefore here, through immediately analyzing and realizing the absence of inherent existence of the suffering of the birth, death, intermediate state. Meditation, even though during the intermediate state, we need to remember the teaching of emptiness, need to realize emptiness. The next sentence, may we be born in pure land through what? Through yoga, transforming the external, internal, sacred. And what is sign, right? For sound of reversal of the elements. Three, frightful appearance, uncertainty appears, right? So when we are already in the intermediate state, also we had go through one set of, the reverse visualizations. After, clear mind is go reverse way. So this one I quoted from the Islamic teaching. I think somewhere. The reverse order, the forward order, right? Mirage, smoke, fireflies, flame of lime, vivid white moon sky, vivid red-orange moon sky, the vivid black moon sky, then earth is clear mind, is the forward order. That means dissolve, 4 elements dissolve. And the next, The fourth stage dissolve. The last is clear in mind. Now the reverse order. First, clear in mind. Second, the vivid black mind sky. Third, vivid red orange mind sky. Fourth, vivid white mind sky. Fifth, flame of lime, fireflies, smoke, and mirage. That means it go through the reverse order. That means even though the intermediate being, so when we are in the intermediate being, we already possess subtle body. The subtle body is made of the four elements, right? Four elements. So in order to take a next rebirth, in order to take a actual rebirth, so the intermediate body going to kind of destroy. Means we have to leave the intermediate body. Then the four elements gradually stop functioning. Therefore, is mentioned here four sound. What does mean the four sound? Here also, if you have this book, please read this one. Advice on dying. Advice on dying. Okay, the four sounds. Yeah, here. When the earth, wind collapse as a sound like a mountains crumbling loudly rumbles. That means when the water and earth collapse, means the water and the wind energy degenerate. That time, even though we are in the midst state, we can hear so many scary kind of voice or sound. The water, wind collapse, sound like an ocean in Apora crush. When the fire, wind collapse, sound like a fire blazing in the heavy forest. So, even though we are in the intermediate state, when the four elements gradually degenerating, we can have so many kind of scary kind of sound. Then also we escape. We don't realize actually everything's happen within us, right? Within us. Then is mentioned the fatful appearance. What does mean? Fatful appearance. Also, history is mentioned here. It depends on the killing. Yeah, there are also the frightful appearance of hell beings, hungry ghosts, animals. They are projection of your own karma. Some appear as a lord of death, brandishing their weapon and shouting, staking, killing, and you are frightened. Your place relies behavior of food, and so this means there's due to the attachment, due to the anger, due to the ignorance, there can be different kind of appearance. appearance of hell beings, hungry ghosts, animals. They are projection of your own karma. Then your place, realize, behavior, your food and friend and feeling are completely uncertainty. The place become very uncertainty. First moment, let's say you are in your house, right, during the intermediate state, you're in house. Next minute, you reach to somewhere you don't know anything. Sometimes you see your friends, you meet your friends. Next minute, you meet very strange, so many strange people. The food also become very uncertainty. Your behavior, your food, and your friend, your place, uncertainty of place means that you are constantly around in various places. Uncertainty of realize means that you seek refuge in the transcendent bridge, will and forth. That's what uncertainty happen. So if we learn since today, okay, why I'm dying, all this appearance will appear. So actually, when we are actually dying, we are just going to, see it, going to feel it. We don't going to be so, scared about this thing. At the same time, that you can remember, all the Buddha teaching, particularly you can remember the bodhicitta, great compassion. That means there are so much disturbing around you. But you remain, quietly, can see this thing, but this thing cannot disturb you. Your mind continuously, practicing the dharma. Then, after establish the intermediate state, yes, you can remember, yeah, nothing is changing immediately. Things change so quickly. You must remember, oh, now actually I am in the intermediate state. From there, if you're able to realize I'm actually intermediate state, whatever things appear to me is my own, projection of my karma, not going to attach, not going to get, generate anger, uh, just continuously remember the, teachings, particularly instruction of your guru, then your mind is always be positive. Due to this factor, the next life you can take a good rebirth. Then continuously can practice dharma. Then some of you, always prefer to go to pure land. From there, from the intermediate state, yes, you can remember the teaching, instruction of your guru, remember, the practice of the pure land, or you recite the Amitabha mantra. From there, then you can go to pure land, right? Therefore, instead of just, hoping one of the guru will come, give me, power, or many monks and nuns, some of Dharma friends come around me when I'm dying, they will help me. It's so difficult to say, they can help us. They can become the trigger to remember the teaching. Their prayers, their chanting, their kind of dedication become trigger, but not powerful trigger. The powerful trigger we can use our daily dharma practice. Therefore, I always remember when Hisuni said one day, when we are dying, everything you have to take care. Everything we have to take care. Neither your guru, nor Buddha, nor Bodhisattva. Everything we must manage. Now you can see things very clear. Even though we are in the, lot of suffering in the intermediate state, having a lot of kind of misunderstanding during the procedure of the death, but the Guru, the Buddha cannot change this thing. So it depends on 100% depends on us. But the dedication, prayer, chanting become what? Kind of trigger. They become kind of a good environment to remember the teachings. Right? Okay, so it's almost 9. So we can have a few questions if you have. Then next one we will complete for next class. So that this copy is available in English. You can read. The book is also, I think, the soft copy also available on the online. This is one of the the best book to learn how to peaceful death, right? Because the topic, right? Remember the topic of our class? Remember?
Big part of life.
Huh?
Yeah, big part of life. Topic.
Yeah, complete one, please. The complete.
Wishes for release.
Huh?
Wishes for release from the perilous straits of the intermediate state.
Yeah,
Hero releasing from fright.
that's good. Yeah. So here also you can see when you see the topic, right? It's quite interesting to see the topic. So I cannot remember.
On death being part of life.
Or death or part of life, right? That means when you hear death is part of our life. Suffering, sufferings are part of our life. Aging and sickness are part of our life. If you really able to accept them, aging is part of our life. So when you see you are getting older, when you feel you are getting much older, then what we feel? We feel kind of upset. Oh, I'm very old. I'm 70. I'm 75. I don't have a lot of energy. Then you feel upset. If you remember, aging is part of my life. You are okay. When you sick, you have a serious illness. When you say, when you think sickness, be a sick is part of my life, it's become much more easier, right? Then sufferings are part of our life. Without suffering, there's no happiness, right? There's no happiness. Suffering is there, happiness there. But when we feel suffering, it is very much depend on us how you can look at it. So therefore, the practitioner who really very familiar with the practice of Lamrim, the mind training, when they have so many suffering, still they pray to the Buddha, make a lot of prayers, lot of dedications, say, I need more suffering. I need more problem. Do you think they are crazy? The more suffering they feel, the more, practice they can do. Therefore, it's good to have a suffering. Without suffering, actually, there's no such as happiness, right? Happiness. Therefore, the death is part of life. Remember this one. Then all suffering or aging and death and sickness, unhealthy relationship, this is part of our life. What's the next one? Becoming bridge something?
Yes.
Huh? The topic. Become bridge, what come next?
The peaceful bridge to one Come next.
Good bridge.
The peaceful bridge.
Peaceful
What
bridge. Yeah. That means not we say we at the peaceful bridge. Somehow we, without choice, we have to go to next life through the bridge. The pardo is become like a bridge. The bridge, the path can be peaceful or very rough. It depends on our daily practice. Second, particularly it depends on our practice during the procedure of death. If the bridge, when we have a peaceful bridge, peaceful path, the next what comes? Come the good result. Means 100% we can take a good rebirth. Remember the topic, death is part of our life. Peaceful bridge, what come next? Right? It's kind of interesting topic. Okay, if you have a few questions, so I can try to answer. If you don't have a question, then we do dedication. Right? So if you have a question, we will have another one more class. If you have a question, if you have a confusion, if you have a confusion, oh, this guru said this Marsa, this, what's the, it look like contradiction. Yes. Uh-huh.
It sounds mundane, but I'm just wondering whether may sound mundane, but I was just wondering whether all sentient beings, including animals, etc., do they have bado? Does
Okay.
it exist for them, or only for humans?
No. Okay. If you know very precisely according to the Abhidharma, for us, the formless with a being who has a form, like a desired beings, hungry beings, in order to take a rebirth in the formless, there's no pardo. After you death, then you can just take a formless being. There's no, but reverse are the formless being when they, I think, take another rebirth, they have to go through pardo. Yeah, I think this one, there's a little is different. Let's say, we will take a formless being. We will born as a formless being. After we died, then we already become the formless being. No pardo. As we are taking a rebirth from human to human, that's intermediate. Human to, the form in the higher kind of another higher realms, we have to go to pardo. Yeah. Not necessarily must go through the pardo. There's some exception. Like Singaporean, not need visa to go to many countries, right? We Indian, must have a visa to go to other country, like this. Clear?
My question is, what about animals?
Yeah, all animals take a rebirth to animals, take it to human, go through pardo. Yeah. Okay. Any question? Yes, please.
Geshe-la, is the Bardo state 49 days or 100 days?
Okay, this is another important question. Yes, some of the sutra, okay, I said based on the some sutra, is mentioned very clearly the longest day, intermediate state is 49 days. The longest one can stay in the pardo for 49 days. Longest one, not 50, 60. Then shortest one, let's say, so 1 o'clock someone dead, then one o'clock, 1 past, maybe few seconds already take a rebirth. Pardo state may be very short. So there's some misunderstanding. Many people think, oh, after we died, someone, died, the person must stay 49 days in the intermediate state, not necessary. Based on the some sutra say 49 days. But it doesn't have any logics. I cannot say 100% the longest one 49 days. Why not 50 days? Why not 60 days? Right? Maybe somebody will remain as an intermediate state for many years. Therefore, we have some misunderstanding. Let's say, one of our friend pass away, the friend is already have a intermediate state, have a pardo bodies. He or she remain for a few years. Sometimes she come around us. We can feel it. Someone is around us. Then suddenly what we feel, what we say, oh, I feel ghost. Actually, no ghost. There's he or she, become pardo, remain in pardo for a long time. There's more as uncertainty of friends, uncertainty of the place. So this Vishnu was a ghost. Oh, he or she look like he or she is still in the pardo. Instead of scared, you pray for him or her. You do dedication for him or her. No need to scared. Also, we have one culture. Oh, I'm so scared about the ghost. Let's say if you always stay with the ghost, I don't think the ghost really can harm you. I don't think the ghost will cheat you. I don't think that the ghost will steal your money or your credit card. Right? Stay with the human being is very scary. Right? Today, he or she your best friend, tomorrow he or she will cheat you. He or she looks very best friend, behind they will say so many bad things. Then slowly, bad thing happen. Actually, we no need to seek about the ghost. In my lifetime, I never have any experience to be able to say, oh, I think there's a ghost. I don't have any experience. Do you have any of you have experience, have seen ghosts? Actually, when you trace the story, it just you receive from someone, somebody receives someone, actually it's the best thing. Right? Let's say, oh, Woodland, Hokang, or some area has so many ghosts. If you go around, you ask any of the people, have you seen ghosts? They say, no, my friends see. You go to and see, ask the friend, have you seen the ghost? Say, no. Someone say. It's a very best thing. Right? Yeah, very good question. The answer is yes, based on some sutra is mentioned the longest duration is 49 days. So therefore, according to Tibetan tradition, every 1 week we do prayer for the people who pass away. Because even the 49 days, every 1 week, the pardo have to change the body. Every 1 week expire the body. They take another body for 49 days. Therefore, why we do weekly prayers. So when they are changing the body, we wish from there he can take a rebirth. We dedicate. But it doesn't have a logics. It doesn't mean someone stay in pardo for few days. Maybe just 1 second and take a rebirth. It's so difficult to say how long he or she will be in pardo. So difficult to say. Yes.
Geshe-la, if that's the case, there are some like what you mentioned, more than 49 days, they are still in Virgo. So how do you, how should I ask the question? So what will happen to all these?
Let's say what she was asking, okay, let's say someone will stay in pardo for more than 49 days, maybe 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years. We don't know. But somehow, let's say, even though the person is remaining in the intermediate state for, let's say, 100 years or 50 or 40 years, then somehow he or she can That time there's no male and female, okay? It's just a being who possesses a subtle body, neither male nor female. But somehow, the being generates some sort of attachment. How, we talk about, so this you have to go through a little bit about the Abhidharma teachings. So when we accumulate merit, we don't have a very particular merit born for female, right? We don't have a particular merit say, oh, if you accumulate this merit, you will born in the male. If you accumulate this merit, you will born in the female. There's no such as the positive karma, push you to take a good rebirth. Male and female is a very immediate, depends on immediate conditions, right? So modern kind of, the medical term, they say XX, then what? XL. XY, then YY. There's male and female can change. According to the Vinaya teachings, so during the intermediate step, the Pardo being can see, the physical relationship male and female. When in the Pardo can see the relationship of physical relationship, then somehow he can have a kind of very strong attachment towards like a mother. That means the person be born as a male. During that time, he have a very strong attachment towards male father. Then the Pardo will take as a female. Right? Then the Pardo beings can see the physical relations. He also, the being also want to have this kind of sensation. If go more closer, then he cannot see neither father nor mother. Then he or she, the being get very angry or upset, then destroy the intermediate body and take a rebirth. It's based on the one of the Abhidharma teachings. So this thing we really don't know, in a way the medical term XX, XY, YY, YX, right? Or maybe it depends on the attachment. It makes sense for us. Look at. So let's say both male and female, the spawn and the eggs are very healthy. They want to have a baby, right? They want to have a baby. They try many times, no success. They check doctor says everything's fine, right? Your spawn, your eggs, everything's okay. Then what happened? Why the couple doesn't have the baby? They're missing one condition. When they are having this kind of activity, that time that there's the intermediate being is not our own. Not our own. Not our own. No, yeah. Sometimes there's another interesting story. One of the Bodhisattvas, is a real story. He wants to take a rebirth in the particular village to benefit those villagers. He was looking around taking rebirth. He cannot see there's a male and female doing this thing. Suddenly he saw there's an animal having this kind of thing. Then he took a animal rebirth. But someday it's kind of urgency, right? Okay, so we can stop our class today here. So thank you so much for attending the class. At the end, we do dedication because I said when we do practice, two things very important. At the beginning, motivation, intention. At the end, dedication. So when we do dedication, means you are married. Yeah, you are positive action. You are actually mixing with the Buddha's merit. Look like you have just a drop of dew, drop of water. If you throw the drop of water in the ocean, the drop of water, part of the particle of water can remain in the ocean until what? Until the ocean completely dry. So when we dedicate, simple, you can think, what have I accumulated merit? I will dedicate to benefit all sentient being, mixing my merit with the Buddha's merit, mixing my merit with the Bodhisattva merit. Then your merit is fully kind of, like look like FD, fixed deposit. Otherwise, if you don't do dedication, look like your money in the saving account. It can be used anytime, right? So this is important to do the dedication. As usual, first we dedicate the merit for ourselves to able to become a Buddha, to benefit all sentient beings. Second, we dedicate the merit to able to practice the Dharma in our own lifetimes, particularly during the procedure of death, during the intermediate step. Third, we dedicate all the merit to benefit all sentient beings, particularly all your friends and family. Last, we dedicate the merit to live long life all the important lineage gurus in 10 directions, particularly His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Chanjo sanjo rinpoche maye bana gegyo yawa nyamba meba yang kone kondo pe warasho jamba bawe jidara kemba dang gundo sambo deyan deje deda gunje jesu da lo jenge wa dida tamje rab Tuzun shebe yawa tamje yengo kangla chodo nga ba de dage gewe zawa nigun Zambo Jeje Rado So in the future, you must memorize these two verses from the inspiration prayer of the king. These four, these two stanza actually include all the dedications. It's a very profound, so very important. In the past, I actually, pass and copy, share with everybody. I don't think anybody memorize. Okay? Okay, then good night and thank you for attending the class. Thank you.